Hey guys, it's me, obviously. And once again, thank you for sticking with me even though there's going to be baby music in the background, but I'm a mom, so my baby is right next to me. I wanted to make a video all about the products that have gotten me through the past 5 months of being a mom. Some are things that I'm sure everyone has heard about, and others are things that no one really told me about and I had to figure out as I went along. And just a disclaimer, a lot of these products are kind of geared towards breastfeeding moms. I'm not judging anyone who doesn't breastfeed, but I do breastfeed. So a lot of the products that have been essential to me have been products that have helped me with breastfeeding and or pumping. So if you're not a breastfeeding mom, I still have a lot of products in here that would still help you out, but I am a breastfeeding mom, so just throwing that out there. To start, I'll talk about a kind of obvious product that I did hear a lot about, but I kind of was like, okay, I need this, but I didn't realize how many different uses there really was for it, and that's muslin blankets. My favorite is this brand. They carry it like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and it's Angel Deer. And I had 2 packs of these swaddles. One was given to me as a gift and one that I bought myself. And they are so soft. I like them a lot more than the Aden and Anay, Aden and Anai, however you pronounce that brand. I think they're a lot softer. But these blankets, I loved when she was born. It was just starting to get warm. She was born April 10th. And being able to put these on her instead of like a heavy blanket, I like that they're super soft and lightweight, and I didn't feel like I was like smothering her with a heavy blanket. They are huge, so they're super easy to swaddle a newborn with. I love how big they are. I love that they're so huge that for basically the first probably 2 months, this is what I used as a breastfeeding cover up anytime I was like around people and I didn't want to just be out there. Okay, so I think where I left off about 30 minutes ago before I had to take a little break to nurse her is that I still use these muslin blankets as like an everything cloth. I use it to wipe off her mouth if she's a little drooly, as a nursing cover, to lay her down if I need to change her diaper somewhere. And since they're so thin and gauzy, you can like roll them up into a tiny little ball in your diaper bag. They don't take up as much room as like a big fluffy baby blanket. Next, this is kind of a random thing to be obsessed with, but I'm obsessed with these. They're called Crib Savers. They're almost kind of like a changing pad that you would keep in your diaper bag. They are really, really soft and kind of like velour material on one side, almost like baby blanket material. And then the other side is waterproof, and they have little ties on them so you can tie them to the crib. It's so cute. Oh, she's looking up at me right now. But they are so soft. A lot of the other like Crib Saver things I found were either just kind of like a fleece material that do not last very well when you wash them a million times, which you end up washing this a million times. My favorite is this Koala Baby brand. You can only find at, well, I've only been able to find it at Babies R Us, and Babies R Us actually has their own brand that is like the exact same thing. But I love how soft they are. I think I have like 6 or 8 of these, and especially when she was like a tiny newborn and I was changing her diaper like 20 million times a day, and a lot of times you're mid diaper change and then she starts pottying again, instead of having to change the whole crib sheet every time. If you have one of these over it, it really is a lifesaver, or a crib saver as they're marketed or whatever. Next, let's kind of dive into like breastfeeding-y stuff. Hi, Papa. Hi. Oh, you're being so sweet. Okay, into like breastfeeding-y stuff. If you breastfeed, you will go through a million of these fabric nursing pads that are used to protect you from leaks. I have met some people who say they never leaked, and if you're one of those people, I envy you, but I have an oversupply, so I leak all the time, especially at the beginning. It was really bad. I love these fabric washable ones because they're just so practical and way more economical than using the disposable ones 24/7. But these do not cut it overnight for me. So overnight, what I prefer are actually, these are baby washcloths that I ordered on Amazon that are also like the muslin material. They're super soft, and I had so many of them and I was soaking through all these breast pads that I started just taking them like they are, like this, folding them into 4s, and this is what I use overnight. I usually go through 2 or 3 sets of them overnight, but it's way better than soaking through like all my clothes and onto the bed when I try to just use these little things. Sorry if that's TMI, but if you're watching this video, it's probably not TMI because you're interested in all this sort of information. Still on the subject of breastfeeding, this thing, which is called the Haakaa, H-A-K-A-A, no idea how to pronounce that. I will put it down here. This is by far the #1 thing that I would recommend to any breastfeeding mom. This is a lifesaver, especially if you have an oversupply like I do. This little thing, if it comes with the lid, which is really nice, you take it and you suction it onto the other side. Like if she was nursing on my right side, you suction it onto the left side and it catches the letdown that would normally just leak into your breast pads or your bra or the air or your eye. And there have been times, especially overnight, if she slept for 2 or 3.5 hours, that I have almost been able to fill this up and gotten like 4 ounces. And that is a lot of milk, especially if you are a working mom and you pump. That is like a whole bottle for your baby the next day. It's amazing. And I just think of like all that milk would just go to waste if I didn't have this. I actually have 2. There have been times where if she is sleeping for a long time or I come home from work and she has just had a bottle and I feel really full, I'll put one on each side. It's marketed as a manual breast pump. Some people say, no, I couldn't use it as just a pump. No, I couldn't use this like at work all day as my only pumping method. But if I'm really full and I put this on, it can pretty much get me empty. I'm gonna do a whole other separate video on like breastfeeding and pumping and being a working mom, but my motto is basically every ounce counts, and any little drop that I can get into here that would just end up being wasted soaking my shirt is a win-win for me. So I would definitely recommend these. I have 2. I did not get like the actual H-A-K-A-A Haakaa brand. I got an off-brand, but I've been really happy with it. I was happy enough that I bought a second one. So literally #1, I would recommend this above any other product for breastfeeding. I would recommend this. Still on the subject of breastfeeding, if you are a working, pumping mom like I am, I had no idea what I was getting into when I was going back to work and pumping. Before I went back to work, I did start to watch some videos and do some research, and even with that, I still felt like I was completely unequipped for what I was getting into going back to work and pumping. But my hands down biggest recommendation for that would be to get a hands-free pumping bra. I ordered this one off Amazon. I basically got everything off Amazon for the first, I don't know, 4 months of her life because I just didn't leave the house. I still barely leave the house. But I love this one because it has straps. A lot of the pumping bras are like a tube top. And not only do I feel like I'm too big chested for that, but those you have to like take off your bra and change into every time you pump. And I just do not have enough time at work to change my bra every 2 or 3 hours and then change back into my outfit. That's just way too much work. So this bra I wear underneath my regular like nursing bra like I'm wearing right now that has the clip down. And so then when I need to pump at work, I just lift up my shirt, unclip my bra, and this is ready to go for me to put my little flanges through the holes. This is not supportive enough that I would wear it on its own and you would just look like a crazy person because it has all of this going on in the cups. But this is a lifesaver. One day this was like in the wash and I forgot to bring it and I thought I was gonna die. I tried to tape the flanges onto my skin. That did not work out. I was leaking everywhere. So I ended up running to Walmart after my first pumping session and making one myself, which if you don't want to order this or you're on like a really tight budget or you just want kind of like a hack, I ended up getting a 3-pack of these super cheap, pretty sure they're Hanes, Fruit of the Loom sports bras. And I picked out these because they have 2 layers. I don't know if you can see, it's black on the outside, but then on the front it's white on the inside. So I cut slits. I just kind of guessed where the nipple area was. So basically I just ended up buying a really cheap big sports bra at Walmart, cutting slits into it and putting my flanges through that, and I got a 3-pack. So I keep one of these in my pump bag at work at all times so that if I ever forget my pumping bra at home, forget to put it on, because it's easy to forget things when you get up at 3:45 in the morning. So I'm never without a pumping bra because it is such a game changer. It's basically impossible to stand there and hold both sides at once. So I could pump one side at a time, but then the other side would be leaking, and that's such a waste. So definitely either making your own pumping bra or buying one off Amazon is like my #1 recommendation for pumping moms. And I would really recommend getting one with straps. It was hard to find one with straps. I don't know why so many of them are like the tube top style. I guess because that's easiest to put on if you just like lift your shirt up, but I'm not about that life. I don't have time to change my bra every 2 or 3 hours. Okay, last breastfeeding related item is get yourself a really cute, comfy robe. And you're probably thinking like, what the heck? What does a robe have to do with being a new mom? But when I came home from the hospital, even now, I just like lived in a robe. I did not want to put on pants. I just had a C-section. I didn't want to walk around in just a bra and underwear, but you're basically just naked all the time because I was breastfeeding her like every 20 minutes, not even joking. So when I got home from the hospital, and even now, I still sleep in a robe every night. It's easy to like open up and get easy access for breastfeeding, but I can wrap myself up and throw on shorts if I need to take my dog out. And I don't feel like I'm just walking around naked all the time. And so back to baby. I basically just accepted that I'm not going to get any sleep, but from the beginning, I was on and off like playing her white noise and like rain sounds and ocean sounds on my phone on like YouTube, but then my phone was dying all the time. And when I ended up doing that basically every night and figuring out that she really liked ocean sounds, which my whole theory on her liking ocean sounds is because babies really like the shh noise. It's like the biggest piece of advice if you watch the documentary Happiest Baby on the Block is to go shh really loud in their ears, and ocean waves sound a lot like shh. So long story short, I ended up buying this sound machine. It is the Homedics My Baby sound machine. It has 6 different sounds: cradle, summer night, ocean brook, white noise, heartbeat. I only use the ocean sound. At first I thought, oh, I don't want her to have a sound machine to go to sleep. I don't want her to have to be in pitch black to go to sleep. Now, when you get to 5 months in, you're like, I will do anything to make this baby sleep. So I really recommend getting a sound machine. This one I think was like $20 at Target. Totally worth it. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about in this video is kind of random, but I literally feel like it saved my little baby's booty. And that is the Water Wipes baby wipes. When I've talked about this like a million different little times, but Ellie had a really terrible diaper rash when she was a newborn, and I'm not exaggerating. It was open, raw, red, and I think what I ended up figuring out that it was the wipes that they gave us in the hospital. To clear up the rash, we ended up using just regular warm water to clean off her skin and a whole lot of different diaper creams. But ever since then, we have only used the water wipes to do her diaper changes because they are 99.9% water. I feel like they're really gentle on her. So these are more expensive than like regular Walmart, Target, whatever Pampers baby wipes, but I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I use them on myself sometimes. So that's the last of what I would say my new mommy and baby essentials are. I could have talked for like 3 hours about every little product that was super helpful to me, and everyone is different, every mom is different, every baby is different. None of these products might be helpful to you. They all might be your holy grails. I mean, it just depends. These are the things that were super helpful to me, and that when I was sitting down trying to think of what really made a big difference, these are the things that came to my mind. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you stuck around all the way to the end, even though there was a little bit of a fussy baby in it and lots of baby music and just you were all aboard the Hot Mess Express, thank you for sticking to the end of this video with me. But if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more random videos from me. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye.